Governor's Bridge was erected by Governor Sam Ogle in the late 19th century and later used by his son Ben Ogle.
This bridge was used by the Ogles to travel between their home in Collington and the state capital of Annapolis. This bridge is a single-lane bridge that is one of only two surviving truss bridges in PG County.
Governor's Bridge Road and Lawnsford Vista Road in PG County are two known locations of where a baby's cry can be heard on a starless night.
Both bridges shared the name of Crybaby Bridge. However, the story of how each bridge was named is different.
The story behind Governor's Bridge Road is that a 17-year-old girl who lived in the 1970s threw a baby off the bridge and then later killed herself.
It is said that the girl's father was very conservative, and knowing that her father would be mad and kick her out, the girl looked for help in the baby's father.
The baby's father rejected her and the baby. With no other place to go, she went to live with her aunt in Virginia.
Months later, she had a healthy baby and had high hopes that its father would have changed his mind. However, things took a turn for the worse when he rejected her again. He berated her and ran her out of the house.
In some versions of the story, the girl was beat by the baby's father. With no one and nowhere else to turn, the girl made her way to the bridge. She stared at the icy surface before releasing the screaming child, who then plunged into the frigid water.
She then proceeded to take her own life by descending into the water herself.
The bodies of both the mother and the baby have never been found. Since then, Governor's Bridge has been called the dumping grounds because of the many dead bodies found there.
Also, the KKK was reported of throwing African American babies off the bridge around the late 19th century to the early 20th century.
Kimberly L. Crockett shares her story of her experience at Crybaby Bridge in Mark Skierman's Weird, Maryland. She describes, "It was a steel frame bridge, and the story I remember was something about a baby being hanged. We used to go there as teenagers, and I heard the baby crying."
Others have claimed to have heard the babies cry as well. However, there is also a bridge that is called Crybaby Bridge, located on Lawnsford Vista Road in Mitchellville. The story for this bridge is different than that of Governor's Bridge Road.
The story began a long time ago when a woman had a baby out of wedlock. At that time, a parent's mindset was having a child only through marriage. Rather than facing her family and the consequences that would come along with her actions, she went to the bridge at that time where she knew no one would be around.
She made her way through the darkness while the whispering wind surrounded her. She walked to the middle of the bridge with a shivering child in her arms.
In an instant, all that could be heard was the rippling sound of a body hitting the water. Footsteps followed as the mother never turned back.
To this day, her identity is still unknown.
Referring back to Weird, Maryland, a testimony was given by a person that refers to himself or herself as LH. LH goes on to say that they went to Crybaby Bridge one summer accompanied by friends, and they all heard the baby's cry very clearly.
To this day, both Crybaby Bridges are a popular location in which daredevil teens go to seek an adventure and a shot of adrenaline.